What's up, all you slinky slinks out there? It's me, Squeaks. And you know what they say, new year, new Squeak. Today we are starting with some terrible news. The Craighead County Crawdons are coming to a close. So we are back with a rebrand. Everybody give it up for rebrand. New logo, new team. Same Squeaks. Let me introduce you to the Squeak Squad. That's right. This should mean we win more games according to all of my research. Sick logo, made by one of my friends I've known since I was like 5 years old. I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, but it's a lot older than 5. So it's gonna be a different team with the same guy here. We are joining the Mount Silver Pokemon League in their Ho-Oh division. In the first draft pool, I think it was Sacred Ash. And not Sacred Ash like Sacred Pokemon guy that quit being the main character. We actually totally did everything I wanted to do. Like, I don't think I got sniped once. The problem is that might be because my team idea was bad. I don't know yet. But we will see later on in the season. For now, my first pick, Goldango. With me showing you my first pick, let me explain a little bit more about the draft. Number 1, this is a VGC style draft. This is like Regulation F, which I think just includes everything except the Mythicals and Restricted Mons. Which I guess Mythicals count as Restricted Mons in Regulation J or whatever. No, didn't play it. But that means, this is the first time we're doing doubles on the channel. I've done doubles before on Showdown, but never on Wi-Fi. Well, I take that back. It was split between Showdown and Wi-Fi, but I didn't record any of them, so I actually can't, do anything about that. This draft also did not use a point system like I have been using for pretty much all my other drafts. This one was tier-based. So we were allowed 2 S tiers, 3 A tiers, 2 B, 2 C, and a D. For a total of 10. Everybody has 10. There's no wiggle room on that. So my first pick was my S tier, obviously, Goldango. Obviously it's got great spread move and make it rain. Can't be hit with any kind of status moves. Fun fact, I figured this out the hard way. It also doesn't work if your partners use a status move on you. So Helping Hand cannot be used on Goldango unless there's like a Weezing on the field or something. Which, spoiler, I did not draft a Weezing. So just throwing that one out there. It's got a pretty middling speed tier, but it's strong and I drafted a lot of support for it, so get ready. My second pick was my first A tier, Murkrow. I did not see a lot of S tiers that I thought went well with the rest of my ideas here. I could have grabbed like Chi-Yu and boosted up its special attack by dropping everything special defense on the field, but I really didn't care to do that because, I don't know, it just felt more like I was enabling the other team instead of enabling my Goldango. So, whatever. I got Murkrow for Haze, mostly for Dondozo, or anything else that wanted to boost up really well. And Dondozo wasn't even drafted, so I guess it's for everything else now. Also, it's got Tailwind. Type Synergy is pretty good with Goldango. Just needed that to be my Tailwind setter, so I went ahead and grabbed it before I grabbed anything else. Third pick was another A tier, Hydreigon. I remember when Wolfie started in Scarlet and Violet, he said that the combination of Aegislash and Hydreigon was a very good combo because they have very good type synergy together. And so I really wanted to use that in this draft because I knew they had good type synergy together, and I haven't got the chance to use Hydreigon in much of anything. And at the beginning of Scarlet and Violet VGC stuff, I really wanted to make Hydreigon work, even though I'm terrible at like real VGC. I'm fine with draft VGC. I can counter team as long as I know what they have. VGC is a lot harder than that. Hey, I forgot to point this out earlier. I meant to. I have a new microphone. See, there's no lapels or anything this time. I have freedom of movement even though I'm not using it. It's up there. You can't see it. You can't see the microphone, but it's right there. It's a blue Yeti. I had to go for the cheap Christmas gift this year. Or else I would have asked for a better microphone. I didn't really want to do that to anybody though. Make them buy me a really expensive microphone. So, yeah. Anyway, Hydreigon, obviously extremely weak to fairy types, but I've already got Goldango on my team, which I already talked about how their type synergy is like perfect. Has spread and like Heat Wave, has a lot of good coverage moves. Mostly just going to be a Draco Meteor spammer, but there's also like the Focus Energy set, which is sick. Or you just ignore all my Draco drops. But yeah, just strong guy. So far that's all my team is just damage. And not particularly fast damage. Then I grabbed B, I think. I grabbed Tinkaton. Mold Breaker, very good for getting around like Farigiraf or Sarina for Fake Out. And Faint, I guess, if I wanted to use that. It's also good at using Thunder Wave against Goldango, but I really don't plan on paralyzing my own Goldango, so that little niche mechanic is not going to work in my favor. Obviously Gigaton Hammer is pretty good, even though I can't use it more than once in a row. Yeah. Next I got Rhydon. I really wanted Mudsdale, but Mudsdale got taken like 3 picks before me. So grabbed Rhydon, I think up to C tier. I did have a little bit of an issue with this because I already have an unevolved Pokemon and I can't have more than one user of Eviolite. But I will just work that out in my own time. I mean, Rhydon isn't so weak that it needs an Eviolite, and Murkrow is not strong enough that it always needs an Eviolite, so, you know, whatever. I think they're different enough that I can pick both of them. It's going to be good under Trick Room. Kind of disparages the use of Trick Room. Draws in electric type attacks, which I don't have like a huge electric weakness or anything, but that's still good. I've got a Levitate and Flying Pokemon already, so that's good for like using Earthquakes. Its coverage is insane because of Gen 1 Pokemon, and Gen 1 Pokemon just have crazy coverage most of the time. I guess like Electrode has like no coverage, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, I wanted Mudsdale. Rhydon will work. I have no problems with Rhydon. Azumarill. Another good like Trick Room Sweeper. It's the same speed as like base Ursaluna. Obviously I don't even have to use it under that because again you can use Ursaluna in like Tail Room teams. But I needed strong Pokemon that were slow to discourage Trick Room, or so I could use Trick Room. That's what Azumarill's doing here. Obviously I already have a Fake Out user. Can help me get a Belly Drum off if I wanted to try to do that. Don't necessarily have to. Also disparages anybody trying to use Rain against me, because they'll just boost me up and I can just drop stuff with Aqua Jet even if it's resisted sometimes. At least with the Belly Drum up. Then I got Furret. Furret's my D tier. Obviously everything in D tier is going to be a little bit lackluster, and Furret has followed me, and I like him, he's funny. It also goes well with like Goldango. If they're trying to use like Shadow Ball or something, I can redirect it towards Furret and not get hit. It also gets Frisk, so I can figure out what all the items are, which is going to be really good in draft because it's not open team sheet or anything. Yeah, that brings up another thing. I do believe, and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, I do believe there is no Terra preview in this league. You just get to Terra whatever you want and not tell anybody about it, which is going to be really difficult and going to make information gathering extremely important. So yeah, having Frisk is really going to help me figure out what kind of set they're going to run, if they're going to run a defensive Terra or offensive Terra. I think Frisk might end up being able to tell that for me, at least a little bit. Then I got Arcanine as my last A tier. When the turns were going by, it really seemed like everybody was ignoring it and grabbing other fire types, so I figured I could wait to pick it up. Especially because if I couldn't pick it up, I was just going to grab like Incineroar because it was still available in S tier. I think at this point. It might have been picked up by now, I really don't remember. I was kind of on a trip. But Arcanine gives me Intimidate, so I can drop all of the physical attacks on my opponents. He also gets Snarl, so I can drop all the special attack on my opponents. Extreme Speed helps clean stuff up. Flare Blitz hits hard. Just a strong Pokemon again from Gen 1, so it does get like surprising coverage moves like Wild Charge. Obviously it's not Rockhead like the Hisuian Arcanine, but I don't think I need that. I really needed to not have a major ground type weakness because I already was starting to get a little bit of one with, you know, Goldango, Tinkaton, Rhydon, Arcanine. I did not need a 4 times weakness to it. Again, to try to counter out my ground weakness, I grabbed Sceptile. I was kind of on the fence between Sceptile and Cyclizar. Cyclizar is one faster, but Sceptile resists ground. So, pick up Sceptile. My speed tiers in this are all at like the 80-90 range, except for the Pokemon that I'm going to use in Trick Room. Or to discourage Trick Room, whichever the case may be. So I really need something with a much faster speed tier. Which, yeah, there's a huge gap, but it's something. And Sceptile also gets Unburden if I can find a good way to proc a berry or white herb or something. Then I can double the speed and not even have to worry about getting Tailwind up. Although I think I would still be worried about getting Tailwind up because Sceptile doesn't kill like anything. It's too weak. But it gets some support moves that I'm excited about that I don't necessarily want to reveal right now. But pretty good for being a C tier Pokemon that's pretty fast. I mean, I'm mostly gonna be using the better ones here, but you know, on a team of 4, you can sometimes slot in Sceptile and it'll make everything work out. And then I grabbed Cresselia as my last S tier. As the draft was going on, there was only one other person who didn't draft an S tier right away. And so I was kind of waiting to see if they wanted to pick up Cresselia for Farigiraf because they were both left. Whichever one they didn't pick up, I was going to pick up. And then they grabbed Uxie, and I was like, oh. They grabbed worse Cresselia. So I don't know why they did that, but it let me pick up Cresselia. I mean, it looked perfect on their team, which is why I was so worried about it being taken, but at the same time, I felt like I had a backup to it, so it didn't feel like a priority to me, which is why I left it till the end. It's also funny for me. I really like picking up my, you know, extremely high tier Pokemon last, like I did with Kyurem White in Mudkip Division and Muffin League. Was that season 6 in the Ubers thing? I always thought that was funny when I picked up Spidops and then got Kyurem White. So I kind of just felt like doing that again, just because I thought it'd be funny. But again, yeah, it didn't feel like a priority to me to pick it up. I was just gonna pick up Farigiraf instead. The difference being, Cresselia has, I would say, better support moves in Levitate, where Farigiraf has a good ability also in Armor Tail, but also the speed tier would have been better on my team. So it was kind of like take a decent sized ground weakness or take a good speed tier. And so I was just going to leave that up to chance. But I mean, if they're going to let me have Cresselia, I'm going to take Cresselia. Yeah. So that's the team. I have no idea when I'm posting this, but I don't think it'll be for like another week or two. So I have no idea who I'm going to play. They don't have the schedule out yet. A bunch of people I've never played before in any of this, a bunch of people I don't know. We'll see how I fit in with the doubles crowd. I did well in the past. At least made playoffs. Almost got the round 1 bye, and then I lost because I didn't get the round 1 bye. But yeah, I'm excited to see how I do. I'm excited for you to see how I do. I'm excited to be back. Not having this as being like a hobby was kind of killing me. Like, yes, it was very important to take the break. Not only because of how bad last season went, but because I had a lot of family stuff going on. Not bad family stuff, but like, you know, holidays and everything. I wanted to make sure I was available and be able to spend time with them, which was nice. But I ended up having just a lot of free time where I just didn't know what to do with myself anymore because I was so used to doing this that it just felt awkward. So yeah, it's good to be back. I won't leave you guys for a little while. And I'll see y'all whenever this video goes up.